Current F1 regulations state that a car is only allowed to use a maximum of 110 kilograms of fuel in a race. Drivers cannot come into the pits to refuel their cars and have to manage their race with the allotted fuel load. There was a time in the sport when cars could pull into the pits, refuel, and then rejoin the race. Most strategies were determined around these refueling periods in the race, as it takes significant time to pull into the pits and make any changes to the car. Refueling was first given a go in the 1982 F1 Austrian GP by Brabham, as the gas-guzzling turbos from BMW meant a no refueling strategy was just not viable. Over the years, refueling started becoming a crucial part of race execution, as more and more iterations showed that running a car lighter for multiple stretches helped save the aggregate time needed to execute a race. Race strategies were modeled around two variables, one being the fuel load that the cars were carrying and the second being the tire life that a particular stint could sustain. This resulted in some brilliant strategic masterclasses from Michael Schumacher in the 1990s and 2000s, when he had the wizard in Ross Brawn sitting in the pits and making calculations on how to execute a race. Notably, Schumacher used these inventive strategies to beat Fernando Alonso in the 2004 F1 French GP. Refueling was banned at the end of the 2009 season. So why was it banned? There were multiple reasons involved in getting refueling banned from the sport. Let's take a look at a few of them. The first reason is safety. When you're refueling a car, you're pouring inflammable fuel into a piece of machinery that is extremely hot. Even a minor spill could result in fire, and that is exactly what used to happen far too often. Almost every season has seen incidents of a small fire breaking out due to fuel spilling over. In 2009, at the Brazilian GP, Kimi Räikkönen suffered minor burns when he came into contact with the fuel spilling from the car in front in the pits. In 2008, Felipe Massa had a disastrous pit stop in Singapore that ultimately cost him the title. The second reason behind the refueling ban was the excessive cost involved in bringing specific agile refueling rigs to the races. The cost of the refueling equipment was huge, and by getting rid of it, the cost was negated. Similarly, by restricting the maximum allowed weight over a race to 110 kilograms, fuel consumption over a race was capped. Can refueling make a comeback to the sport? Some avid fans have suggested that refueling should return to the sport to aid the on-track action and provide another avenue in terms of strategy during an F1 race. These suggestions do more or less get shut down because, in the current era of F1, the aim is to improve on-track action.